Good morning, this is Joanne from Colorado. I am used to having flowers that are blooming in my flower pots when I put them out first thing in the spring. I have some that are just about ready. That greenhouse did wonders for my bees balm plant there. I had to cut about 15 or 20 of them off at the top because they were through the shelf above them, and I didn't want to rip the plant apart when I was taking it out. I have all the bird baths that I have for sale all out here with my garden, and a lot of cannas, canna lilies, and a lot of little sprouts from the plants from last year. And my honeysuckle survived. This one I had under the porch, up under the roof up here, the awning. Put them all up against the house. Greenhouse is empty. I just need to take it down. Those of you who have seen this scene before know that there's a hunk of that tree that's missing. The snow brought it down. Laid it up there on the roof of the other shed. So I put a heater up. I'm gonna post a picture of the hummingbird sitting on the feeder right next to the heater, warming up on a cold day. My son took the best picture on his camera, so we just downloaded it to my computer. So I'll be able to get it up today on the site. I have a lot of zinnias of the giants that are, I don't know, decent height. 6 inches maybe, some a little bigger. I have my 2 vermillionaire plants that I got, and then I sprouted them and planted them somewhere else. I still have several different kinds of zinnias and one tomato plant. And I have never, the cardinal, those seeds are the size of dust. But I have a row, all kinds of algae grew on the top of my little seed tray here. But I have a row of cardinal plants, which is really exciting, in my one tomato plant. So I'm gonna let them get a teeny bit bigger before I try to transplant them into one of these big pots. But I am going to have some cardinals, a little bit of alyssum. I don't think the lupine came up, and I'm not sure what they need. Some seeds you gotta put them in a fridge or freezer or something for a while to get them to sprout. Sorry about that. That dove was trying to go to this bird bath. There were so many plants, but really no place that it liked to land. But I did put this other great big ear for a bird bath for them, because they like to wander around on the ground. I'm sorry, turned my little camera toward it, and it good 20 yards across the yard, walking along that path over there, and it flew away. Might have been the other little birds that were all flying that way that made them all take off. But anyways, I wanted to show y'all the bird baths and things that I have hooked up. Anyways, it's starting to look like my garden in my yard out here again, which is really nice. I still have five feeders for finches up here. Those bright, bright yellow golden finches. And then the house finches. They come there a lot, and they are very happy that it is there. I do have a few blooms. Some little purple salvias, the canna lilies in the center. Honeysuckle there that's got some buds on it. A few petunias that I bought for my bird bath. My hummingbird mint. Some cat mint. This is the size of all of the little flowers and plants that are coming up from seed. And I'm going to have to get out my little seed identifier again so that I can find which ones are what kind of plants. I'm hoping to get some salvias. There's a little bit of lavender, but I have some of the some red hyssop and some of the little plants that are perennial hot lips. And some of those plants, little seedlings, should be them because they are perennials. And I've just got to find them. So, a little lupine down there. I was clearing out all the plants from a friend's garden, and she wanted me to throw those away. So I pulled it up and brought it home. Anyway, bird baths are doing good. This elephant ear was 38 inches long, and a gust of wind came up when I was showing it to somebody one day. I set it down in the garden, and a hummingbird feeder like that blew up in the air and crash landed on the end of that. And broke it right off. I'm going to try to glue it back together, but it is a really pretty elephant ear. Don't see any buds on these yet, but we should have some soon. This is a row of bird baths. The canna. That one. That one. This one, Robbie down in California had made one similar with one of these. So I put 3 of them in and figured I'd make a triple bird bath. This one here has the plate in the inside, and then it just drains over the plate and back down into the reservoir. The little spitter. This one's got 3 bird baths on it. Here's my other bees balm that was in my greenhouse. These are a couple of different varieties of giant zinnias and then cactus zinnias. And some of them I just put the sprouts in, and some of them I sprouted in seed trays. This is a little bit of catmint, but mostly salvias. And that, oh, I just thought of the name of it, but penstemon and, oh man. Anyways, can't think of it at the moment. Lots of catmint. My elephant ears that I sprouted are going in that big tub, and they fill in that whole area. This poor bush, on the top of every one of these branches where it froze. That is why I covered up everything. The ones down below are still looking decent. But boy, this, not so much. I got a few climbers in there. Had morning glories. I had some moonflowers. I'm not sure if any of them are going to survive. Penstemons looking good. Hummingbirds love those. And honeysuckle. Hummingbirds have been coming to that. They did not like it when I covered it up, but it's all good now. It's not froze. That is hummingbird mint or hyssop. And that has a lot of blooms, and they love those. So, all these dead tree branches from that fire blight. If you ever get a tree that gets at a fruit tree, you can treat it with some copper stuff right away. I moved in 3 years after it, at least 3 years after it had already had it. And I tried to treat it and fertilize it and do all of that, but these trees are basically hollow in the inside, and they're a good perch for my hummingbirds and a place to feed them right now. I have another feeder up here right outside the window. Anyways, starting to look like my yard. When those flowers get about 7 feet tall and full of blooms, then it'll look like my yard. But we do this for the hummingbirds, and today the landlord's going to let us know what he wants us to do on a lease, and hopefully he doesn't chase us out, because we can only afford so much rent. My husband's still healing, but he's working a little bit. We have some more, I don't know if that's agastache. Anyways, some salvias, some hummingbird mints. I think more salvias. And here I had some poppies that were coming up last year. I need to treat the weeds. Having more plants outside is definitely helping the bees not just harass me. Coneflowers, they have kind of spread in some little bunches. I'll probably put them all back here in the garden. Don't remember what those flowers are. Oh. Guess something like that. I have some hollyhock. It should be coming up in here. I had to put this little net on here last year because the rabbits were just coming in here and chewing them up. So I think somewhere where these big stalks are, I should have some hollyhocks coming up. And if I'm smart, I'll get some, yeah, there's a leaf. I'll get some more of that netting and wrap it around there before the rabbits get into it. 10 inches of snow that all melts. It's making a ratty looking yard. But my husband gets to mow. He mows this side. And some pin stem in there. Not sure what else is coming up in there. I think I'm going to just put some zinnias in there. Get them in there quick. So, got another pot I can do something with, other than collect concrete. So, I'm going to be working on this out here. Have another bird bath right there by the bush, which they really like. And a robin's nest. Let's see if I can zoom in on it without them getting me. Robin's nest up there, right there in the tree. So, that is all for the garden today. I am so happy. Yesterday it was all covered up and I was able just to go get it out, uncover it, put everything where it belongs, and it's supposed to be warm from here out at night. So I've been trying to get something to grow over there in that corner, but everybody walks their dogs by here and they all use my garden spot there for a place to mark their territory and my territory, so I am not impressed, but that is what you gotta do, I guess. Find a way to fence it off from them or put up with it. I don't know, some of this honeysuckle suffered a little bit. It was pretty cold the other night after I uncovered it one day, but it looks like most of it survived. So I'm just happy we have flowers coming out for the hummers, because they've been watching for them. And the feeders that I put up, half of the sugar water is just gone in a day or two, even if I haven't seen them at the feeders very many times. And they don't leak, so I know that the hummingbirds are coming and going, and if I watched for a few minutes, we'd see them. We have black-chinned, males and females, ruby-throated, males and females, possibly a rufous, I'm not sure yet. Anyways, I think it might have looked more that color because of the heat lamp the other day. So we will keep an eye on that and keep you posted. Happy to see hummingbirds. Happy to see flowers and have it start looking like spring. Have a great day. Bye-bye.